Let me ask you something. Are you still trying to figure out if it meant anything to them? I mean, really, not what they said, not what it looked like, but deep down you're asking, did I actually matter to them? And here's the thing. People keep asking me this, and the answer is not as simple as people want it to be, because I know what's happening in your head. You go back to certain moments, a conversation, a look, something they said, and you think, wait, that couldn't have been fake. People don't act like that if they don't feel something, right? But then you look at how it ended, or how they pulled away, or how they barely show up now, and your brain goes, then what was all that? And that's where the confusion starts. That's where the loop begins. And it's not just that question. It turns into, why wasn't I enough? What did I do wrong? If I gave everything, how did this not work? And then the third one, the one that really keeps you hooked. Could they still come back? Now look, before I answer any of these, I want you to notice something. You're not just asking questions. You're trying to settle something inside yourself. Because if it meant something, then you matter. If you were enough, then you're okay. If they might come back, then this isn't over. So your brain keeps going and going and going. Let me tell you something, and I want you to really hear this. These questions are not giving you clarity. They're keeping you attached. Because every time you ask, did it mean anything, you go back into the relationship. Every time you ask, why wasn't I enough, you put yourself back in front of them. And every time you ask, could they come back, you reopen the door. That's the mechanism. Now, let's talk about the first one. Did it mean anything to them? Look, honestly, this is the hardest one for people to accept. Because your brain wants a clean answer, yes or no, black or white. But the real answer is, it meant something, just not in a way that creates consistency. Think about that for a second. They can feel something, they can say things, they can even believe it in the moment, and still not show up for you in a real way. So now you're stuck with, it felt real, but it didn't last. That's what your brain is trying to resolve. Now the second question, why wasn't I enough? I know you don't always say it like that, but it's there. Because you think, if I gave more, if I was better, if I didn't say that thing, if I handled it differently, then maybe this would have worked. But look, let me tell you something very clearly. You're measuring your value based on someone else's capacity. And that's where it breaks. Because you can be open, consistent, emotionally available, and still be with someone who can't meet you there. So now your brain says, something must be wrong with me, when the reality is you were offering something they couldn't sustain. Now the third one, could they still come back? This is the one that keeps everything alive, because even if you say, I'm done, there's still that part of you thinking, yeah, but what if? What if they realize? What if they miss me? What if they come back different? And now you're not fully moving on. You're just waiting. Quick pause for a second. If you're sitting there right now thinking, yeah, this is exactly what I'm doing, just take a second, like the video, subscribe, follow, and honestly, send this to someone who needs to hear this. Because this loop is very common, but most people don't see it clearly. Now here's the part most people miss. Even if they come back, they don't come back as a different person automatically. They come back as the same person with the same pattern. And your brain skips that part. It goes straight to, this time it'll be different. That's hope, not evidence. And I'm not saying they'll never reach out. They might, but that's not the real question. The real question is, if they came back exactly as they are, would that actually work? And if you're honest, you already know the answer. That's the part your brain avoids, because it's easier to stay in maybe than to fully accept what already happened. And I get it, because when something feels that real, your mind doesn't want to let go of it easily. It keeps trying to understand, fix, reopen, reinterpret, but all of that keeps you connected. So instead of asking, did it mean anything, try this. What did their behavior actually show me? Instead of, why wasn't I enough? Were they capable of meeting me at all? Instead of, could they come back? What I actually want, what they can realistically give. Those are different questions. They don't keep you stuck. They ground you. And look, you might still think about them. You might still miss them. You might still have moments where your mind goes back. That's normal. But you don't have to keep feeding those same questions. You don't have to keep reopening that loop. And if you feel like you're stuck in it, like you can't get out of that thinking, you don't have to handle that alone. You can book a one-on-one session with me through the link in the bio, or reach out on pop call, chat, voice, video, whatever works for you. We'll just sit with it and sort it out. No pressure. All right, just notice what your mind goes after this. That's where the real work is.